Hello there. I'm sorry I haven't seen you in a while. I have been slacking, and the only reason I have been slacking is because obviously if you've been following my previous episodes, I've had a lot of shit happen over the last month or so, and I've been trying to sort myself out. So a lot of you know that Mental Health Awareness Day was yesterday. I really wanted to do a vlog for you to obviously just talk around the subject and to obviously publish on the day, but I had an interview yesterday and I've had a few this week which I just needed to put my focus on. So I wanted to obviously talk to you guys about the different pressures of suffering with mental health. So I want to begin with talking to you guys about where my anxiety initially started, the different factors that brought it on, and the things I'd done to deal with it, and then just a couple of other bits and pieces. So it actually happened when I was around 17. I'm like 22 now, so it was quite a while ago. But basically I was in sixth form, I was working and I was out raving every weekend. That's like pretty much it really. And I went into work one day, used to work at a bowling alley, and I was chefing up in the kitchen. And I had people at the front of the desk, like I was trying to serve, and then I was obviously trying to cook in the back while serving at the same time. I had birthday party orders coming in, and I like there was only me in the kitchen, so like I just felt just overwhelmed, like I didn't know what to do. It started like my first initial reaction was like, oh my god, I cannot organise my thoughts. Why can't I organise my thoughts? Like I'm a very logical person. If a problem comes up, I'm more than likely going to deal with it by analysing the situation and then coming up with like a step-by-step guide in my head to how I'm going to tackle that problem. So not being able to organise my thoughts just sent me into a massive panic. Like I didn't know what to do. So I'm like sitting there like I'm literally serving some women whilst I'm crying, yeah. Like, here's your coffee. Like an idiot. And I just thought, fuck this, I can't do it. I cannot do it. So I went into my manager's office and they were like, what's going on? And I was like, look, I'm just having a fucking breakdown here. Like, I need some help. I need to flipping just go and sit down and chill for a bit. And they were like, yeah, you know, go and chill in the staff room. I'm in the staff room and my thoughts still aren't flipping coming together. Like, I just don't know what to do. I'm feeling so overwhelmed and just exhausted, like, oh. So I just start hyperventilating. I'm laying on the floor, like I don't know what to do. There's no one else in the staff room, so I'm just literally just like, oh my god, it was horrific. It got so bad to the point where I just got this massive tingling sensation all over my body. I felt like I was like hunched over. It felt like someone was stabbing me in between my shoulder blades. I'm like still crying like hysterically, and my hands started to seize up. I couldn't really do anything. No, I couldn't do anything. I was literally sitting there like fucking seizing up. My arms started to turn blue because no oxygen was getting to them. And it was fucking horrific. Like it was probably one of the most scariest things that I've had happen to me, because my body had never experienced anything like that before, like ever. People didn't really know what to do. Like, to be fair, my manager at the time, well, one of the managers at the time, she come in and she was just like, flipping gave me my phone. I couldn't even like, I'm literally there like trying to knuckle in my flipping passcode so she could bail my mum. And my mum, like, she must have teleported or something, because she got down there very, very quick. Big up Lisa. And mum comes storming in, and I swear to God, as soon as my mum just touched me, she put her hand on my knee and I could breathe again. It was like such a relief. Like, it was, I can't actually explain the feeling because it was just beautiful. My mum is my like biggest comfort. Like, she is, like, I'm close with my dad as well, so I can't really sit here and be like, oh, I'm a mummy's girl or I'm a daddy's girl, because I'm not either. Like, I'm very neutral. I'm not biased. I don't take sides. And like you get literally, the panic attack was that bad. Like, an ambulance was about to get called. Like, it was horrific. And obviously after that I was like, fuck this, I'm going home. So I went home, and like me and mum sat there, and I was just like why is this happening to me? Bearing in mind that, as I said previously, I was obviously in sixth form and I was working part-time, but I was literally up at 6 o'clock in the morning walking my dogs, going straight to sixth form, doing a full day at sixth form, and then till about 3:30, coming home, walking my dogs, chilling, having something to eat, going to work for about 5, getting home about 12, like 12 at night. And sometimes it'd be even later than that because I'd hit gym. Don't ask me why, but I'd hit gym at like flipping 12 o'clock at night, get home about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'd do it all over again. So yeah, obviously I had pressures of exams, pressures of studying, and just generally maintaining my life, and it was such a hard balance. Like, adults nowadays, like, I'm not saying they don't understand, because obviously they do, they've been there, they've done that, but like, I think there's a lot more pressure on the younger generations now. I don't feel like we get the care and attention that previous generations have got, just for the pure fact that there's so many different factors going on now. A lot of schools just want results rather than actually taking care of their students. Like, I was very lucky because my head of year actually suffered from anxiety herself, and they really took care of me at school. And well, the work didn't really fucking take care of me. They're arseholes, to be honest, because obviously I'm a potential risk, because I'm risking their money by not obviously being there to get their money. So yeah, that was a bit awful. I can't even really tell you the way I dealt with it, because at the time it was just more like I needed a break, and I needed to be able to pinpoint the factors that I needed to chill out with. So stop getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and walking the dogs. Instead, my mum started to do that for me, bless her. I obviously still went to work, but my hours were like majorly reduced. And then obviously when I got to a point where I didn't have to be at sixth form all day, they then increased again. Like, I'm naturally a very driven person. Like, I'm just so ambitious. Like, as soon as I hit a goal, I'm like, cool, what's the next one? Do you know what I mean? I just like to get shit done, really. And the pressure just got a bit too much. And ever since then, like, my anxiety majorly peaks when I'm feeling anxious about either like driving to a new place, like doing a different activity that I've never done before. So now for me, it's basically the fear of the unknown. So I don't have panic attacks anymore. I've been to therapy. It's taught me to actually recognise my problems in a bit of a deeper level. So a lot of the time, I was angry a lot of the time when I was younger, and anger was like my comfort emotion. So anytime I felt upset or disappointed with something, I'd initially be angry with it. So now I understand in a bit more detail like how my body works and how my mind works. So I've learned different like mechanisms to like just chill myself out. But the one thing with anxiety is that you're constantly an overthinker. Like, you don't even want to be overthinking, but you are constantly worrying about shit that you didn't need to worry about. For example, I just come off a holiday with my fella, and before the holiday I managed to get a second interview with quite a big company that I do want to work for. And rather than me just relaxing and just enjoying my holiday, I'm sitting there like so anxious. I had to do a presentation, do you know what I mean? Like, having to stand up in front of people that you don't know and present something, like, it's nerve-wracking. Like, I've done presentations before in the past, but you know, it was, and potentially this is my future, do you know what I mean? I wanted it to be perfect. So yeah, I spent the whole holiday on basically my first day on holiday. I got sent an email saying, "Hi Shannon, like this is the subject you're going to be like discussing like in your presentation." And the whole holiday I just spent panicking about it. I'm sitting there on my notes planning out, okay, so this is what I need to do, and then I'm going to say this, and I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about this, rather than just relaxing and enjoying my holiday and having a good break. And to be honest, this whole week I've known I've had interviews, so I've been a bit on edge. But it's only because I care so much, do you know what I mean? If I didn't care, like, I wouldn't bother. But I think a lot of things about anxiety is you recognising what your triggers are and the different ways that you can deal with those things. So obviously some things are inevitable, like you can't just not do them, do you know what I mean? But it's finding a way to do it where you feel more comfortable and you feel more confident within yourself to be able to do it. So for example, for me, like, I knew this, obviously this job interview meant a lot to me, so fingers crossed I get it. But if I don't, you know, shit happens. I'll just apply for another job. Like, it's fine. Either way, I know I trust myself to get a new job. I will not let myself be unemployed. This is the first time I've been unemployed and I don't fucking like it. I'm bored. So yeah, for me, it was just trusting myself. So I made sure that I got home. I had 3 days to prep for the interview. So I was just literally on my laptop, doing my research. You know what I mean? Did as much prep as I could, just so I knew that in the back of my head, there was nothing else to say, like, yeah, but you didn't do this. You didn't do this, so you're not going to get it. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure that I gave it my all. So if I didn't get the position, like, I haven't let myself down. Do you know what I mean? It's really hard because it's like us as individuals, and especially like as young adults, like we have so many new responsibilities that we need to consider and take care of. Like, I've got friends that are like my age, maybe a year older, that have children. And like, I couldn't imagine having a child at this age. Like, I'm not prepared to have a child at all. I've got other friends that have moved out and like have all the financial responsibility of obviously like renting or owning a home, and like that all to me is like foreign. Like, I personally haven't experienced that, so I don't know obviously the different bits and pieces that contribute into making sure that that process is smooth. And I'm not saying parenthood is smooth, because it's not. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying own a house is smooth, because it can't. Like, on some factors it can't be. But I think everything in life is just a challenge, and it's up to you to take that challenge within your stride, and rather than work against it, work with it to get the results that you want. So my anxiety, like I said before, I think that was a lot of it was to do with self-neglect. When I did get time off, I was out raving. And to be fair, when I actually had that panic attack, that was when I stopped, like, using should we call them third-party sources to make myself feel better. And if I'm honest, I think that was a bit of a shock to my system. I think where my body was so used to doing that sort of stuff every weekend, and I just cut it out. It was thinking like, what? Like, we normally have chill time. Like, we normally go party. We normally go dance. And like, what's going on? Why are we not having that now? And so I think a lot of it was just like, oh, everything just crashing together, and I didn't know what to do. But like I said, it was also me avoiding how I really felt, just chucking things to the back of my mind. And yeah, that problem does potentially disappear for a while, but it does come back. Suppressing your emotions, like, all you're doing is potentially building that up to be something that it's not, and something that's basically going to erupt the volcano, and you don't need that. So I think another reason why our generation we're more aware, have mental health problems, would be because of social media. Like, social media is such a powerful platform, like, but I know if I sit there and I'm scrolling through things, like, there could be a girl that I really like, her life position is like where I want to be, what I want to be doing. And like, my initial instinct is to like have hate for her. Like, that's not cool, man. It's not. Like, obviously I recognise that, so I'm like, I don't hate her, I'm jealous. Do you know what I mean? I am quite jealous, because I want that. What do I need to get myself there? So I think a lot of the emotions we feel on social media are very intensified. And especially, we're addicted to our phones. This generation is, let's not lie. But social media is just such a big factor. Like, don't take it too seriously. Like, don't. I remember there was one point, I was reading memes and thinking, like, people was like ripping shit at someone for doing something. And like, I'd be like, oh my God, I do that. And it'd make me feel shit. And I'd be like, why the fuck am I getting upset over some stranger that I don't even know about? Do you know what I mean? Who probably do it themselves, which is why they wrote the bloody meme. Do you know what I mean? And so I think it's just taking, like, I'm not telling you to completely ignore everything. I'm telling you to understand it on your level, not someone else's. Do you know what I mean? Because your interpretation and your understanding of a situation is all that matters. Do you know? Yeah, it's good to obviously get an outside perspective and to understand other people, but ultimately, it's going to be affecting you and not them. And if you want to help anyone, you need to be helping yourself first. You can't pour from a cup that's empty. So another thing is that we are constantly growing and trying to make sense of the changes that are happening in our lives. And when we don't have clear answers, we automatically believe that it's bad things that are happening, or, you know, the fear of the unknown, like, oh, everything's going to turn to shit, or everything's shit now. But you just need to trust the process really, and be patient. Like, it's things like, we're constantly growing, like things are constantly happening to us literally on a daily basis that are pushing us to where we particularly didn't want to go, or into a position where we never thought we'd see ourselves in. But it's up to us to understand it and dissect it, and to be able to take out the things that we benefit from it, and to acknowledge the negative things but not completely dismiss them. It's all about just being patient with yourself. It really is. So whether it's, do you know what I mean, getting into a new relationship, obviously starting a different career, studying for obviously like A-levels or uni, like, just stop applying so much pressure on yourself. I'm not saying to completely dismiss your studies. I'm just saying be careful with things. And like, if you're a student and you're at uni right now, like, I didn't go to uni because I know full well that I would be out and I would just be doing what I want to do, and I would be out partying all the time. So I'm a social person, so I'd just be socialising, like, and I'd leave my work until the last minute, and it would make me ill. It would fully make me ill, because I know for a fact I'd be trying to I'd be trying to cram like 6 months of work into a space of a week. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, I just couldn't do it, and I don't learn I don't learn well in classrooms. I learn better by doing. So I obviously done an apprenticeship after my A-levels. But yeah, even like new relationships, like, when obviously we meet someone and like we like them, do you know what I mean? We get so caught up in, oh my God, a relationship, what would a relationship be like, rather than actually sitting down and getting to know that person. Do you know what I mean? We get so blindsided by wanting to be in a relationship that we don't actually it sounds a bit inappropriate, but we don't actually dissect that person and look at all their traits. Like, is this person actually, what's the fucking word? Compatible, that's it. Is this person actually compatible with me? Like, do I see myself having a future, and how do they handle situations? If I go out, are they going to moan at me for going out? If I don't reply to their text, are they going to moan at me for not replying to the text straight away? Or are they going to understand that I'm busy and I do have things to do? Like, there's so many things. Like, nothing should be a rush. Like, you have your whole life. Like, my friend, she's 22. My bestie, one of my besties, should I say? She's so panicked about not being alone for the rest of her life. And I'm like, girl, you are 22. Like, you are 22 years old. Like, you've not even reached a quarter of your life yet. Well, I hope not. Maybe. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully we're like 90, do you know what I mean? A little Zimmer frame's like, yeah. But like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you panicking? Like, just enjoy life. And it's hard for me because I know that when I'm really content with myself, so my job's going well, family life's good, smashing gym, I'm like, what else can I do to make what else can I do? Like, obviously where I've got everything, I'm like, okay, the only thing I don't have now is a man. I need a man. And then I'll potentially go and settle with someone that may not be good for me, or not necessarily not good for me, but maybe it's not the right time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll where I'm just so like, oh, I need that to feel complete now. I'll end up focusing on that, and potentially like the other good factors in my life start to slip. Do you know what I mean? So it's really just getting yourself into a position where you're comfortable and just not applying too much pressure on yourself. Like, seriously, it's just not worth it. It's not. There's a healthy amount of stress, and then there's just you causing too much stress on yourself. And it's important to relax, have some downtime, look after yourself, paint your nails, get a fresh trim, go swimming, go travelling, see the world, spend time with your family. You know, read a bloody book. There's so many things you can do to make yourself feel better. Instead of, do you know what, as well, watching TV, like, I love to binge watch, I won't lie, I can literally watch TV all day and all night, like, I'm a Scorpio. But watching TV at night, for me, gives me a shit sleep. If I read a book, oh my God, my sleep is like, it's a deep sleep. My Fitbit tells me. It tells me. So, I'm going to stop waffling on now because I have actually been going on for ages. But I just wanted to tell you guys that you're not alone. I'm obviously always here if you need to talk to me. Slide in my comments on YouTube, slide in my DMs, do whatever. I'm a friendly person. I won't bite unless you cars me to. But yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Oh, it's going to be Halloween soon. I love Halloween. And then it's my birthday. Ooh, ooh. But yeah, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys for the next episode, which will be orientated around friendships. This is going to be quite a long vlog. There's so much to obviously compile into like however many minutes it's going to be. I'll make sure it's less than 20 because it's a bit excessive. But yeah, it's going to be dope. So I hope you tune in, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Yeah, 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 yeah.